Hey guys, it's Sophie. I'm here guest narrating for Rick because he's sick with a cold, which is really sad because he can't do his own narration, so you're gonna have to deal with me, and unfortunately. But anyway, I'm really excited to narrate this because he leads off with one of my favorite Pokemon with one of my favorite names, PJ Salt. That is the best emoticon on Justin.tv. His opponent's going to lead off with his Hippopotame. I know it's the pre-evolution of Hippowdon. I don't know how to pronounce it. And this is a funny bit because Rick actually thought that his Mew was running a choice scarf, but it actually had leftovers on accident, so it's tricking the Alakazam lefties and taking choice specs, which he actually said made it more interesting, so whatever. Mew goes for the U-turn, and it's going to almost take the Alakazam out, but not quite, which is fine because Rick is able to just go into his Nidoking and take it out with an Earth Power, so it doesn't matter too much. And Alakazam's like, God damn it, I'm dying. And I didn't really do anything but a useless energy ball. That's okay, though. And out comes this ugly dog thing, Stoutland. I'm not a fan. And it's going to go for its Retaliate, which does quite a bit to Celebi, which is unfortunate, because Celebi's awesome and it's currently dying. But he's going to be able to go for a Recover, and with lefties and whatnot, he gets most of his health back, so I'm not too worried about Celebi right now. And the opponent's like, I can't do anything here because he's going to recover and whatnot, so I'm going to switch out into my Electivire. And that's exactly what he does. And Rick's like, oh no, I need to be able to do something to this Electivire, so I'm going to switch into Blumpkin, because Blumpkin can really take anything. And I'm just a little side note about this Gastrodon's name. I really don't like having to refer to it this whole match as Blumpkin, but I guess I'm going to have to, even though I know Rick only made it Blumpkin because he just learned what that word means and wanted a water ground type for it. But anyway, back to what's happening in the battle. He goes for an Ice Beam and then a Scowl, and that's just going to be a 2-hit KO on this thing whose name I don't know how to pronounce, who is the pre-evolution of Hippowdon. And then the Stoutland's going to come back out and be like, I'm a dog, and what I have is Crunch. And Rick's like, I know, I'm going to send out my Cobalion because it gets a justified boost from your Crunch. And that's awesome, because now it's at +1 attack and can take some shit out. So the opponent's going to send out his Nido. I think that's a Nidoking, but is that a shiny Nidoking? I don't know. Does it turn blue? I knew the Nido Queen is the blue one. I get confused. But anyway, I've said but anyway too many times. It's just like, whatever. He goes for 2 close combats. It's going to take it out. And with Life Orb and whatnot, this can +1, this Cobalion is just rocking some stuff. But now that this thing's out, he's going to go back. He's going to go into his Feraligatr. And Wild Charge actually does quite a bit because it's a Feraligatr. And electricity plus water equals a shocking situation. And Rick's like, shit, I'm going to switch out here because I'm not happy about the situation I'm in. And he's going to go out to his Blumpkin, his Gastrodon, which is oddly named, to have a little face-off with the Electivire that's about to happen. And it gets a bit stally here because the Gastrodon takes the Earthquake pretty well, but is still going to recover off from it because then it can then hit it, and it's sort of a back and forth of Earthquake and recovering and scalding. But the Gastrodon, being a Blumpkin and whatnot, is going to have the upper hand here, and that if this goes on any longer, he's going to win. So the opponent is going to be like, I gotta get out of here because this Blumpkin is owning me, and that's really depressing to be owned by a Blumpkin. So after another recover, the opponent is going to switch out, I believe, after all this after turn effect stuff, into his Hitler, the Registeel. I really wish someone would tell me why this is named Hitler. I maybe it's going over my head. Maybe I don't know. Maybe I know its next move. Maybe it has something to do with it. But anyway, the Gastrodon's going to keep Earth powering, And it's a 3-hit KO from here, but Hitler is going to explode. And that dies because it exploded. I really wish I knew that thing was named Hitler. And Gastrodon's going to be like, ha, explosion, I'm going to live because I am awesome and I'm just doing everything this match. And he's going to be like, the Electivire comes in to revenge kill it, but no, it lives with 7 HP, which is awesome because I'm sure that Electivire is really upset about how much that Blumpkin has shit on it. Ah, get it, guys? Okay. Alright, I just put a Blumpkin joke. I knew that one was coming. So anyways, here comes the Celebi. I think that's my 3rd or 4th so anyways this match. I feel the need to segue in between my comments. Especially with a Blumpkin joke. That was pretty good, not gonna lie. So Celebi is gonna come out and Electivire is pretty much fodder at this point because it's pretty much dead. So Celebi is going to get a Leech Seed off on whatever the opponent brings in, which happens to be Ugly Dog Thing again, the Stoutland, which is named Grandpa, which I actually think is a pretty good nickname for it because it does look like a grandpa with its mustache and whatnot. So now that it's seeded, Rick can bring in his Nidoking and take the crunch, not wonderfully, but well enough that with its recovery, it's going to bring it back up to half, and the next crunch is going to not take it out because it lives with 4 HP, which is awesome. This is like the 2nd time that has happened this match. The other one was like the 7 HP from Gastrodon. And then he's going to use an Earth Power. I don't know if that crit matter. That's the things that I don't know. And this is going to be the last one. So thanks. I'm sorry, Rick, that you're sick. I hope you feel better. And bye, guys.